Hey everyone, how you guys are doing? I hope you guys are having a fabulous Tuesday. Y'all, I almost slipped up and said Monday. I think I'm just tired. I'm really tired, but I can't complain, and my allergies are acting up. But I can't, other than that, I cannot complain at all. How you guys are doing? Hey. So I wanted to get on here and I just want to let y'all know that I'm trying to learn, and I have slip ups, but I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to try to create this habit of trying to read my daily text on an everyday basis, and I have days where I don't get the chance to look at my daily text, but I'm trying to learn how to create a routine where I'm every day reading my daily text. Best believe when I do read the daily text, I'm never ever I'm never at a place where I regretted, reading it. You know what I mean? Like, I always enjoy reading the daily text because best believe it always have a way of helping me, and it always it's always like help solve anything that I'm may be going through, or or prepare me for something that I'm going through later on, if that makes sense. So I always do get comfort in reading the daily text. And if you don't know what that is, I'm happy to tell you. So basically, if you have the JW app on your phone or on your devices, definitely do that. Definitely download the app, JW app, and also you can go to the jw.org. The daily text is not going. I don't think the daily text is on the jw.org though. But if you download the JW app, you can fix it inside the app to start getting daily text. And the daily text is just Bible scriptures that you will receive on an everyday basis. All right. And it is so helpful getting those texts, those daily texts, but also it is a great way of helping you to be able to read the Bible. So if you have been struggling with reading the Bible on an everyday basis, the daily text is a great start on being able to create that habit of you reading the scriptures on a daily basis. All right. And so if you were like myself, I definitely struggled with reading the Bible every day. And I was also picking the wrong times on reading the Bible every day. Like, I would choose nighttime, but by nighttime I was so tired, I was so sleepy, and I would just doze off, not on purpose or not intentionally, but I would just always doze off every time at night when I was like, okay, this is a perfect time, because I'm thinking, I'm, winding down, perfect time to grab my Bible or grab my phone or device and go on the app and read the Bible, right? I will always doze off every single time. So after I started having Bible studies and stuff, my Bible teachers, they basically told me, how about if you start doing it in the morning, kind of figure out a solution to how you can avoid, dozing off. So maybe nighttime is not the best time to try to read the Bible. Do it when you first wake up in the morning. So they created a solution for me, right? And so if you were in that place like I was, they create another solution. Maybe, afternoon. Maybe afternoon is perfect for you. Maybe early in the morning is perfect for you. But find that right time, and only no one else would know for you. Only you would know will be the best time for you to read the Bible. Definitely in a quiet environment, nowhere where it's loud and anything like that. All right, not where TV is playing or just a quiet spot where you can be able to absorb what you're reading and even meditate on what you're reading. That is what is important. All right, because reading the Bible for yourself is the most important thing that you can do for yourself I'm being really serious. And not only that, but it also helps you to build that relationship with Jehovah, because if you're not reading the Bible, then there's no way you could get closer to Jehovah. The only way you could get closer to Jehovah is by creating that relationship with him. And the only way you can create that relationship with Jehovah is by reading the Bible. All right. That is how you develop that relationship with Jehovah. And best believe he wants you to develop that relationship with him, but he doesn't make us, he doesn't force us. We have to want to do it, and so, but best believe once you do it, you are going to feel so better and so good. And you're going to probably start questioning yourself, like, why I didn't do this sooner? Like, what hold me back, But don't focus on that either. Don't let that be your focus point on, okay, why I didn't do this sooner, right? No. I mean, I'm just saying that those thoughts do occur, because it occurred for me, right? Those thoughts started occurring in my mind, like, okay, why didn't I do this sooner? Like, what hold me back? But don't let that be a distraction either. All right, just move forward from that. All right, move forward and look at it as, okay, well, I'm doing it now, and that is what's important. I'm doing it currently in the present now, and just make sure that you continually do it in the future, right? So that's what your focus point should be at. Okay. So like I was saying, today I read my daily text. All right. For today, and I want to share the daily text with you, share the scripture with you. All right. So hopefully you guys don't mind that I do that. All right. All right. So, the daily text for today was the Bible scripture is Hebrews chapter 6, verse 10. All right, and I'm supposed to read it to you. It says, "For God is not unrighteous, so as to forget your work and the love you showed for his name by ministering to the holy ones in continuing to minister." All right. So basically, what does this scripture teach us? And I'm supposed to try to, at my best of my ability, I'm going to try to break it down for you. All right. So Hebrews chapter 6, verse 10 reminds us that Jehovah sees everything we do out of love for him. Sometimes we may feel unnoticed or wonder if our efforts, I'm gonna re-say that over. Okay, so basically we may feel unnoticed or wonder if our efforts matter. We may want to know if our efforts matter. All right. So, but Jehovah is never unfair. He is never unfair, y'all. He's never unfair. He remembers every kind deed, every encouraging word, every act of love, and every time we help others because we love him. He remembers all that. He remembers any good deed, anything we do, any encouraging words that we have given to someone, or any act of love we do. Jehovah remembers that. He remembers when we, do kind deeds. He remembers that. He remembers it. So this verse also reminds us to keep serving faithfully. Notice it says they will continue to minister. So I'm going back to the scripture now, Hebrews chapter 6, verse 10. When I read that to you guys, basically towards the end, I'm gonna just reread the whole thing. But it says, "For God is not unrighteous, so as to forget your work and the love you showed for his name by ministering to the holy ones and continuing." That's the part that I want you to kind of meditate on. And continuing to minister. So they continued to minister. All right. That's what I want you to, that's the word I want you to meditate on. Okay. So they continue to minister. So they do not stop after doing one kind act. They didn't stop. They didn't just, decide to do one thing and then call it quits. They continued to minister to people continuously. All right. They did not stop after doing one kind act. They kept showing love through their actions. Another key word I want you to meditate on. Through their actions. They kept showing love through their actions. Through their actions. They show love through their actions. Okay? My kids, my boys, they can vouch for me. I always tell them what about your actions is more louder than your words. They hear me say that all the time, and I said that until they were, I've been saying that ever since they were toddlers. All right, toddlers. Okay, when they were 2 and 3 and 4 years old, I used to tell them that their actions is louder than their words, and I tell them that mama's actions is louder than her words. All right, you could tell somebody, I love you. I love you. You could say that with your words, but how are you showing that you love somebody? How are you showing that you love your mom, that you love your dad, that you love your sister, that you love your brother, that you love your kids, that you love your husband, or you love your wife? How are you showing that? How? I mean, you could tell them all day long. You could tell your uncle and your aunt that you love them. How are you showing that you love them? Keep that in mind. All right. And even other people around you. All right. Other people around you. How are you showing that? All right. That's important. Keep that in mind. All right. So as we care for our spiritual life, let's also remember that showing kindness, encouraging someone, praying for others, taking care of our health, and loving our neighbors are all ways we can reflect Jehovah's love. We do not do these things for praise from people. Keep that in mind. We don't want to do this for the wrong reasons. We don't want to do something kind for somebody just so we can get praise for it. So okay, I don't know. I'm trying to think of an example, but I can't really think of one at the moment. So I guess I can think of one. So say, for example, since I mentioned neighbor, let's just say next door neighbor. All right. So say that you baked a cake for your next door neighbor, and you took it to your next door neighbor, and you were expecting your next door neighbor to give you all kinds of praise, but you really didn't get the praise that you was wanting. They took it, maybe they was even a little rude about it. I mean, they took it, they accepted the cake, but they didn't really say thank you for it. And they didn't, and they didn't, like, I guess, praise you like you probably would wanted them to praise you. They just took it and that was it. That was it. And you probably, maybe, you felt like, okay, they should have said something to me. Matter of fact, they should have even came over to my house and let me know that was great that I did that for them. But they didn't do that. Keep in mind, we have to remember that, when we do something kind for somebody or something nice for somebody, we're not, you may not get the praise that you want. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't be doing it for that reason. You should do it because it's the right thing to do. And Jehovah will be smiling. He is smiling. Anytime we do anything good, he is smiling. He is happy we done it. All right. So just remember that. I can take it a little personal for myself when I'm out in public places, when I hold the door for somebody and they don't say thank you. I ain't gonna lie, I feel a certain type of way. I mean, like, in my head, I do say, you're welcome, because I do feel a certain type of way about it. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you, that I do feel a certain type of way about it. But at the end of the day, after I've calmed down, I have to realize, you know what, I hold the door because I know that was the right thing to do. And I know Jehovah is happy that I done it, right? And it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good when I do something good. All right. And so how do you feel? How do you feel when you do something good for somebody? How does it make you feel? Do you feel happy once you did it? Then meditate on that. Meditate that feeling when you do something good. Because I know when I, do something nice for somebody, it makes me feel really good about it. Right. It makes me feel really, really good that I made someone happy. All right. And just because they didn't say thank you, or just because they didn't give you a hug, or they didn't give you a smile, or they didn't give you that positive reinforcement that you feel that you deserved, don't look at it like that. Just know that Jehovah is happy that you did that. It doesn't go unnoticed to Jehovah. It may go unnoticed to humans because we're not perfect. No one's perfect. Okay, so it may does go unnoticed to humans, right? But it never go unnoticed to Jehovah. And that's the important person of all, right? He is the most important person of all. So if he noticed it, that's all we need. That's all we need. We don't need no one else's praises. We don't need someone to, throw us a huge party for doing what we done. All right, we done it because it was the right thing to do, not because we wanted a thank you, or we wanted a hug, or we wanted a kiss, or whatever the case may be. All right, so just kind of keep that in mind and try to meditate on that. All right, meditate on that. Meditate on that. When we do something nice, we doing it for the right reason, and not because we want someone to give us praise or recognition for it. All right, hopefully that makes sense. All right, so kind of lost my thought here, but just remember, we don't do these things for praise from people. We do them because we love Jehovah, and he would never forget our faithful efforts. He would never forget our faithful efforts. He would never forget it. So keep that in mind. All right, keep that in mind. And before I end, because I am about to end, all right, so I have a question for you guys. And please, pretty please, I would love for you to engage in the comment, please. I'm begging you to, please, pretty please. Okay, so here's the question I have for you, and I really want you to meditate on this question, and I want you to think about it before you answer this question. All right, so how has knowing that Jehovah never forgets your faithful efforts encouraged you during a difficult time? Okay, I'm gonna reread that because I really want you to meditate on this, and I want you to think about it before you answer it. All right, but I do want you to answer it down in the comments if you can, pretty please. And if you feel like it's a little bit more personal, then you can always private message me. All right, but I'm gonna reread this question. Okay, so how has knowing that Jehovah never forgets your faithful efforts encouraged you during a difficult time? Okay, so down in the comments, definitely give me your feedback on this. All right, and again, if you felt like your feedback is a little too personal, then you are more than welcome to always private message me with your answers. All right, hopefully all this was helpful. Hopefully it is. So I guess that's all I really gotta say. I just hope everything that I provided today was very helpful and encouraging. And none of us is perfect, so we can get at a place where we are looking for recognition. We're looking for praises when we do something nice. But we got to remember, at the end of the day, that is not why we're doing what we're doing. We're doing it because it's the right thing to do, and Jehovah sees it. And of course, we want to make sure that anything we're doing on a daily basis, we're doing it for Jehovah. That we're doing it to make him happy. All right, that is what our focus point need to be on. All right, that's it. I'm ending it. Have a beautiful, blessed day, and we'll talk soon. Bye.